As a lot of you already probably knew, we are getting an exotic mission for Revenant with Act 3 coming out in a couple of weeks, and I wanted to make a quick PSA video that would help quite a bit of people going into that exotic mission, assuming you're trying to farm it out and get all the emblems, the exotic weapon, etc. The main reason why I'm making this PSA is because in the exotic mission, we're absolutely going to fight Scorn, and the reason why that matters is the artifact mod this season, which is going to be Felled Revenant, which states, deal increased weapon damage to Scorn, and then wearing Shadestalker armor, currently 0 out of 4 is what I'm wearing, increases the bonus damage. So, what you're going to want to do to try to prep for that exotic mission, assuming again, you're going to farm it, try to go solo, get emblems, etc., is you're going to want to put on the Shadestalker armor, like so, that I'm doing right now. Now, the main point for this is going to be, you need to try to get armor that will give you 100 resilience, because that is the #1 thing that's going to matter going into that mission. By the way, just ignore that I'm at 99. I'm trying to min-max my armor right now to try to put in all the mods that I want. Like, I'm trying to have triple hands on, then I can't obviously put a resilience mod on, not a full one, triple heavy-handed, etc. So I'm trying to min-max. You guys should not worry about that at all. Your goal is going to be just hit 100 resilience to have the maximum DR. So how do we go about trying to farm the armor? Well, the first thing you can do, and this is the basic way of doing it, is you're going to go to your enriching tonics and then make a bunch of Shadestalker tonics for whatever gear that you need. You know, if you're missing, let's say, a chest piece with high resilience, then you're going to make a chest piece and then pop a tonic for that. By the way, I should probably mention this as well. If you're trying to go for the armor, you should also put on the resilience armor on your ghost in the event that you do get armor to drop, and it hopefully drops with a spike in resilience. Now, the other method, and I think the much easier method for people that play the game somewhat consistently, is going to be just going straight to Ido. The reason you go to her is because she has these 2 tonics every day on reset that you can hand in for rep on her meter right here, right? And what you want to do is wait until she's trying to get you to give her green tonics. The reason you're waiting for green ones is because they cost the least amount of currency, and it's the cheapest currency that you get everywhere in the game, right? The ingredients to make these green tonics are right here. The Reclaimed Vitality, Volatile Powder, and Enriching Powder. These drop everywhere in the game, and they're super easy to get, and you just get maxed out passively by just doing whatever you normally casually do in the game on a somewhat consistent basis. And what you're going to do is head over to Ido's map table and then just buy out the tonic that she is trying to get you to sell to her for the day. So right here, this is it, Tonic of Brawling, and I have 1,000 powder and vitality, and I'm just going to buy a metric F-ton of it, right? And then I'm going to just hand it into, you know, the machine. It's going to turn me into a chicken or a frog or whatever, and then we're going to head over to Ido directly. That being said, let's start handing in our tonics. And this is going to just level up your rep with Ido, as well as also drop you gear in your inventory. Now, it's not always going to be Shadestalker gear, but you can get the Shadestalker armor from these to drop. So you can get like a little 2-for-1. You can get them from this, and then also you're going to build up your rep, which will give you engrams that you can stack up and save for when the exotic mission comes out. Also, while you're doing this and handing these in, you could also save the engrams like I have on the top right here, and then when the mission comes out, and I believe 2 new weapons are going to come with that are going to be similar to how the rest of the season has been going. You can also just pop those engrams in the hopes of getting that weapon and potentially getting a god roll if the weapon is not complete garbage, like the SMG that came out in episode 2, in my opinion, anyway. But yeah, that is basically the strat. So there you go. We got a helmet to drop from just handing those in. 17 resilience, 55 base. The base is trash, but it's 17 resilience, and then with masterwork that would be 19, and then with a mod it'd be 29. So you just put 29 resilience on your helmet right there, and that's more than serviceable in the grand scheme of things for getting 100 resilience. We got 2 gloves back to back now. Okay, hopefully one of these is solid. 52, sure, dude, that's solid. Okay, 55 again. You know, getting 50 armor sucks, but it does have 18 base resilience, which means with masterwork it'd be 20, and then with a resilience mod it would be 30. So between this getting 30 resilience overall and this getting 29, that's already 59 resilience for most people, which is well on your way to getting to 100. I also want to make a quick shout out to the season pass. That is completely going to depend on whether you actually level your season pass or not, but once you get into the hundreds, you do get some juicy armor. Like here, for example, I have 30 resilience on these gloves that I can pull, and then there's boots with 19 base resilience, there's a chest with 19 resilience, and there's a helmet with 30 resilience. So if you're high enough in the season pass, you could obviously also use this to your advantage. If you're going to be running a build that is not using an exotic class item, you can get a class item for Shadestalker in the Season Pass, but it comes out during Act 3 instead of, right now. So you can either wait to get it from the Season Pass here, if you're high enough, or you can go into the Tomb of Elders and get one early to be prepped. Now, unfortunately, the Season Pass strat isn't going to work for everybody, because on some characters, you have things like this, where it's a helmet with 6 resilience, which is obviously not what we're looking for, 6 resilience on the chest piece. What do we got here? 2 resilience on the boots. So Warlocks are kind of getting absolutely shafted on armor from the Season Pass. And Hunters are not doing much better, because they have a whopping 12 on the helmet here, 2 on the chest, 2 on the resilience, and then lastly 12 on the glove. So Titans benefit greatly from the Season Pass. The other 2 classes, not so much. Here's a quick damage test that we're going to show off without and with the armor. The first shot here is going to be 18,964, and then we're going to switch to the Shadestalker armor and then show the difference. So now with the armor, we're going to shoot these crystals real quick and then shoot the boss in the head. Exact same thing. Now it's going to pop out to 21,173. So the sniper damage was 18,964, and then after putting on the armor, the sniper shot was 21,173, which comes out to roughly 11.6% extra damage from the armor. For the heavy GL shot, the total for the first shot was 36,617, and then after putting the armor on, we got 40,883, which comes out to roughly 11.6% extra damage with the armor. Now, initially, 11.5% doesn't sound like that much, but given when you're in a damage rotation against a boss, and you're going to be shooting a lot of ammo over time, let's say you shoot 20 GL shots, right? Normally, your 20 GL shots would do roughly 732,000 damage. If you have the armor on, your GLs will now do 817,000 damage, going almost all the way up to 100k extra damage. That also is not including using any buffs and debuffs like Well, Tether, and so on. That is it for this one. I highly recommend you guys take advantage of this and prep in time for the exotic mission to use this Fell the Revenant artifact perk, because dealing extra damage to enemies is probably going to matter in that exotic mission if it's anything like the previous one that we had with Echoes. I just hope that the exotic weapon for the mission is not a letdown. It has quite the mountain to climb to be as good or even anywhere close to as fun as Choir of One was, but we'll see. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing today. It does help the channel grow and is much appreciated. And if you want to go the extra mile, you can leave a like or a comment below as well. If you don't know what to comment, you can leave exotic as the comment. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.